basis, it actually helps to keep you young. And it keeps you healthy.
Middle flow.
And it, pardon?
Middle flow.
He's saying middle flow. The most potent urine is the first morning urine.
First morning.
The midstream of the first morning urine. If you start off, you just take a little bit, maybe a half a teaspoon or a teaspoon. You can mix it in juice or something else if you want to. Urine is so powerful as a healer that it heals AIDS. I'm talking advanced AIDS. It heals cancer. It heals all known diseases. Urine. Don't take my word for it. You can do your own research on the internet. There are books about it. One of the best ones is called Your Own Perfect Medicine. Your own, that sounds like urine.
Yeah.
Your own perfect medicine. And that's by Martha, M-A-R-T-H-A, Christie, C-H-R-I-S-T-Y. She has doctor case studies, how urine does all these amazing things in your body, you know, as far as healing and reducing blood pressure and you name it. Infections, making infections go away. You put it on your face, it keeps your skin smooth and beautiful.
Asthma attacks.
And young. Yes, sir.
Asthma attacks.
Asthma attacks. Heating it up.
Diabetes. I put a
If
sister
you're
on diabetes
diabetic,
in a month. Totally.
please say that, sir.
There was a sister who came to me who was diabetic, and I told her to. It was pretty hard at first, but she was a month, and when she went back to the doctor, they said like they couldn't believe.
That's right.
Was that type 2?
Diabetes will
urine,
completely wipe.
Was that type 2?
Yeah.
Urine will wipe out diabetes, any disease, any
There
disease.
was even an article in the paper saying it treats and cures AIDS.
Yes, it does in the paper.
Yes, it's like a brand new space in
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Excuse me, are you saying that it would actually cure those diseases if you're on the right diet, or does it matter?
Okay. Even if you're eating a drug food diet, urine is still incredibly healing and therapeutic. Most people cannot and are not able to eat a pure diet. And so I have the attitude of, since they're going to eat the cake, let's put energy back into the cake. With this, you can re-energize your drug food and make it healthier. Dr. Schultz, who has the colon cleanse program, he says, look, he has another product called Superfood, and it's whole food nutrition. He says, put it in your beer. You know, beer is a bad food, but beer with the superfood is better than beer without the superfood. And speaking of whole food nutrition, somebody gave me this. It's called Mariandina Herbs. This looks like whole food nutrition. I'm just looking at the cover, and I see papaya. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And pineapple, oh my goodness.
There's the nutrients in there.
So,
Boost the body's immune system, give you energy.
okay, this looks like whole food nutrition as opposed to fractionated, which is what you find dominating the health foods. You want whole food nutrition. That will also keep you young.
And people have been cured of diabetes with Marandina and cancer and AIDS as well.
Any condition. And lupus, prostate cancer, all kinds of cancer.
You name it.
It's an amazing product.
That's beautiful. See, it's amazing because it's close to nature. If they could get the straight out, raw pineapple, all these things that they put in there, that will be mo better. But they can't get that, so they have to be grateful that they can get this. The Mariandina. I'm messing it up. Mariandina. Did I say it right?
That's right, that's right.
Okay. Let's see now. Urine heals mental disease. People that are sick, psychologically, schizophrenic, it heals schizophrenia. It heals you on all levels. It opens up your third eye. This stuff is amazing. It ain't colored gold for nothing. Yes. Yes, you have a question?
Reference to the diabetes, if someone has been on medication for years and their body's intoxicated with drugs and so on, how could, you know...
That's an excellent point, and thank you so much for bringing that up. I forgot. The only time urine therapy is dangerous is when you are on drugs, because the drug comes out in your urine and you're taking drugs, you can get an overdose.
Yeah.
Some people who take
But
recreational
what about drug
drugs,
foods? What about the drug foods, like
no,
white sugar?
no, drugs, straight out drugs, straight out drugs. Pharmaceutical drugs. Pharmaceutical drugs, prescription drugs is the #1 killer of people in America. Heart disease is #2, cancer is #3. But pharmaceutical prescribed drugs is the #1 killer in America.
In the world.
In the world?
Sorry.
Okay,
Hypergenics.
yes.
It's a worldwide thing.
It's everywhere.
Can you say it loud?
Iatrogenics.
Iatrogenics.
Yeah.
They have a word for it. And they admit it in their medical journals. They admit it. And yet they're still allowed to practice.
Practice.
Not only that, I mean, unnecessary surgeries, I mean, hysterectomies, vasectomies, and prostatectomies, sometimes.
One at a time. Until they die down. Please make your statement.
No, I was just saying is that also they carry out a lot of unnecessary procedures like mastectomies, hysterectomies, removing sisters' ovaries and
It's
wounds and
necessary
everything.
to keep all that money flowing in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's necessary to them.
Yeah.
Okay, sickness is $1 trillion a year industry in America. I think it's a little
Chemotherapy,
bit better.
hormone therapy, radiation, all these things that
That's right.
derange
That's
our
right.
systems
That's right.
continuously.
We are a crop.
They're made to seem normal, and yet they're
Humans are a crop. We're slaves, we're a crop. We're being consumed on all levels. Whatever it is, the parasites at the top that are consuming us, they got it made. But when you start living and practicing right use of will, all of that is going to turn around. In your life, it will protect you personally. And then it starts to affect others. Because they can feel they know there's something different.
You
Yes.
think it all ties into the law of attraction that basically these negative beings are obviously spewing out all this and living on our psychic, feeding off us psychically as well as...
You're tuning right in. That's exactly what's going on. In my book, You Come to Power When You Come to a Point, I talk about this magnetic attraction. When you suppress, with our wills being denied, our denied will attracts the negative light, the denied light. And so by us healing our wills, now it can attract the light that is not denied, the positive light from the new God. Okay? Not the negative light from his denied fragment, Lucifer. See, Lucifer, when Great Mama pulled Father into existence, purely through her desire, the first act he committed was denying a part of him that he felt he didn't like it. He denied it and broke off.
Do you think it's about the healing of all separation into oneness? What do you think about
There are some things that we cannot become one with. Because when they came into existence, they came into existence in the void. When I read this book, at a certain point I said, you know what? God has a father and a mother. And I thought of that because in here he says that a long, long, long time ago, when things were not like this on earth, a certain entity came to earth bringing a big fire, and he burnt the whole planet. And that was the first time death came to earth. And his intent was to cause the planet to contract so that he could stay here. And it worked. And so, what was you saying just now?
I was talking about, is it to do with the healing of all separation, the transition
Thank
that
you,
we're
thank
going
you.
to?
Okay, separation.
Yeah, separation to
Okay.
oneness.
Yeah, I got it now. And so, this fire that he brought was all that was left from the destruction of an entire universe. And it was that remark that made me think, you mean there are other universes? That means there are other gods. This is the God of this universe, but there are other universes. It turns out that God does have a Father, and they speak of it on, there's a website you can go to, and it will be like an extension. Not an extension, but it's in alignment with Raisa Will, and it's called GodChannel.com. That article I was reading to you, it came from GodChannel.com. Powerful.
So I wonder if that's the same,
The channel that's
the
there.
God channel that we've got over here.
No, it's not, it's not.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Thank you.
That's Christian.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
It's not, it's not.
Yeah.
Do you think we're multi-dimensional beings?
But let me finish the other question that I was answering. You know we are.
Yeah, I was just saying, I know we are, but I'm just saying is,
Yes.
what you're saying, that means that we are connected to everything at once.
Yes.
And everything that's happening simultaneously and sequentially is also happening in all other realms, seen and unseen. And if that's the case, we're moving into what they call alignment. Through would you say that we're moving into some sort of...
Alignment. You see how this is alignment? We are moving into alignment. See, when you configure anything into sacred geometry, it opens a portal. It allows divine light to flow in. People coming together, especially coming together a certain way. Notice you meet certain people at certain times in your life, and you knew you were supposed to meet that person. You know, it's no accident we're all here together. So yes, an alignment is taking place here and continue to take place beyond this. There'll be other people you'll be meeting, other resources you will attract to yourself, and it's all in divine harmony. I don't know how to describe this. So anyway, back to what I was saying. This being caused the earth, the fire caused the earth to contract, and the vibrations of the planet drastically lowered and continue to get low. Anyway, this entity will be evicted. It's in the process of getting evicted. Now, when God denied that part of himself, it broke off. And we call that part the devil. He's healing his fragments. The separation and the unity that you spoke of, yes, there's separation. I said that there are some beings that we're not a part of, they're not a part of us, and we can never unify with them because they are separate. Let me describe. In GodChannel.com, it's going to introduce, it talks about grandmother and grandfather, and how when Goddess came into existence, they came into existence in what is called the void. And in the void were these creatures who were the antithesis of grandfather's creation. Grandmother's creation. See, the creation of grandfather reached absolute perfection. There's an antithesis to that, and it existed in the void. So these beings, they're supposed to be dead. They're the complete opposite, so they would be the opposite of good, the absolute opposite of good. Those beings are not a part of the universe that we live in, but they were awakened by God's light, and they are pissed off because they only want to be dead, because that's when they're happy, if I can use that term. By them being alive, it's extremely painful to them. So their intent is to kill everything in creation. They don't want nothing to live. Everything must die so that they can be dead and stay dead and never wake up. Unfortunately, that element is on earth now. That's why people get cancer. Cancer is a direct manifestation of these beings which they call asuras in the writings. That's different from the denial beings that came from God's original denial. You know, where you got Lucifer and his angels and all that other mess. They're separate beings. The Luciferic angels, they don't want everything dead. They just want to be in charge, controlling everything. You know, they're control freaks. Got to be in charge, got to have everything their way, and got to suck, because they can't generate life. They only suck life. Okay, they appear to be powerful. They got all the money, but that ain't their money. They stole it. And they continue to suck. All their systems on earth are set up to suck. I call it SSS, sophisticated sucking systems. You always having to pay. You know, always having to pay. We're the only creatures on earth that have to pay to eat. Pay to eat, pay to live. You don't see ants paying to eat. You don't see cows and chickens paying to eat. But humans, we always have to pay for everything. We're working all the time. You know, we work our whole life, then we retire. Yes, because we're slaves. Sister put it, we're slaves. But this was never Creator's intent. We had a lot to do with things happening and turning out the way they have on earth because of our denied will. That denied will pulled that being that came. That represented negative light. And we pulled it here because we had denial. And because we were so loving, we thought we had to accept this mother effer. Okay? We should have kicked him off. We had enough strength at that time to do it. But the reason we didn't do it, we had guilt. And so we let his ass stay here. And now he's big and fat and intimidating. Anyway, that's all our power. And by us living right use of will, having these emotional release sessions, we take our power back. And we become more and more powerful. And they become smaller and smaller and smaller. While we get bigger and bigger and bigger. Then we will be able to safely raise, you know what, let me put a piece of tape here. We will be able to safely raise the dead. I don't want to lose my spot. How much time we have?
15.
15 minutes? Good, never mind.
Okay, 20.
I'll just go on to the next item. Papaya, pineapple. Why is it so great? So it's a rejuvenation food because it's loaded with enzymes, as is royal jelly, by the way. These are fruit that you can eat with meat, protein, and other foods. It will help to digest the food that you eat. When you eat meat, it doesn't fully digest in your colon because we don't really have enzymes that are strong enough to properly, fully digest it. So it becomes food for the colon bacteria. And that's why our feces smell so bad. If you're a meat eater, half of your feces or more is actually germs in the colon. It has been replicated. That's right. And if you are a vegetarian, it's a little bit less than that. So by eating papaya, pineapple, or any digestive enzyme when you eat meat, you ensure that it's going to fully and properly digest.
Can I just ask a question?
Yes, please. What? Oh yeah, any food, any food. And mind you, I'm not condemning anybody's meat-eating habits. Okay, you can eat your meat, energize it. Okay, sit your food, your favorite foods, or just the foods you eat. Energize all your food, energize all your water. Don't condemn your habits. You know, as you heal your will through the emotional release sessions, rightness of will, you will find that habits that do not support your survival will gently fall away without you struggling to lose that weight, you know, struggling to change this habit. They'll just go away effortlessly. You do the most important thing, right use of will.
So,
yes.
You know, you said like the papaya and pineapple. What if it's juiced? Will it still have the same effect?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Are you talking about this pain? Is it pain the enzyme you're talking about in the pineapple and the papaya?
You know, where I live in Samoa, pineapple, papaya everywhere. You can get a big basket like this full of papayas for the equivalent of $7 American. I can't even eat all the papayas. They rot on me.
Yeah.
Whereas in America, a papaya about maybe this size is $5. Okay, I'm going to officially conclude this. Do we have any questions,
It's not a question, it's a request
comments, requests, whatever?
for you to see
Oh,
what he talked
oh,
about
the
earlier.
47 words of God.
But before you
you-
get the name of the author who's written your perfect medicine,
Martha Christie.
And also,
There's her name.
okay, good.
and also you didn't finish in regards to if a person is taking medication, how that affects with the urine.
Yeah, what happens is the medication, her question was basically when urine is unsafe when you are also taking medication because the medication comes out in your urine. So you have to be able, sometimes people are able to time it when the medication is in their urine. Some people have been able to get a second high off of a recreational drug by computing when that drug is going to come out in their urine. And I think the second high is probably better than the first one because it's been processed through your body.
So you're talking like further on throughout the day. But if it's a multi-medication where you may take a tablet this morning or something and then you have to take it again in the afternoon, you're kind of like in the same position really, but it's the drug is still in your urine.
Yeah, you'll have to kind of really get to know your body and, determine how it's working, the fluids you're drinking. Urine is loaded with nutrition. It has minerals, vitamins, hormones. It has about 5 different anti-carcinogenic agents in it. It has all kinds of marvelous things. When you read about what the urine is, what's in the urine, it will amaze you. Now, urine is incredibly healing. What I figured out was that one reason why urine is so healing is because it is naturally structured water. When water becomes structured, it holds tremendous energy. Now, the fluids in your body, your blood, it doesn't just rush through your veins, it spirals through your veins. When we look at naturally structured water, like the water that the Hunsas drink up in the mountains, they live to be well over 100, that water is structured water. Because of the way our systems work, I believe that the spiraling of the fluids in our system causes the water to become structured, because your body can't use the water until it structures it. And so it does that to the urine, and I believe that that's one reason why urine is so powerful as a healer. And you know what? Even drinking, this sounds gross because of how we've been conditioned, but if a person does not have urine to drink, drinking someone else's urine will actually contribute to their healing tremendously. This guy was bit by a snake. Huh? I know it, but see, we've been taught to think of urine as being nasty, but it's not. It is a vital fluid. In the Bible, it says, drink from thine own cistern.
And it's also used to make a lot of anti-aging creams.
Yes.
They use urea.
That's right. Cistern, that's where they pee. Cistern. It also says, out of thy belly shall flow the waters of the river of life. That's in the Bible.
Also, just to contribute.
Wait. Hold that thought. Mahatma Gandhi, he went on these long fasts. The reason why he was able to fast so long, he was drinking a full glass of his urine every day. That's what sustained him. You're going to say something?
Yeah, because because a lot of people don't see the concept behind they feel that urine is disgusting and stuff. But we also have to remember that energy is never destroyed, it's only changed or transferred. So you have to remember that by drinking water or eating food, it's energy. So it's the same energy that's coming out through what you're classifying as waste, but it's the same energy again that obviously you're putting back in. So it's nothing to be scared of or disgusted. Yeah, exactly. That's what it is. It's the same energy.
If a child is sick and the mother wishes to use urine therapy and can't get any urine from the baby, the mother's urine can work for the child. You know, children get ear infections, you drop the urine in
That's
the
right,
ear.
yeah.
The eye infections,
Eyes.
you drop the urine in there.
Or breast milk.
Breast milk, yes. The water bag, what do you think that is? The water bag of a pregnant woman,
Oh, okay.
it's very akin to the urine.
Oh,
Yes.
amniotic.
Yes, amniotic fluid,
Some people even keep the placenta.
yes.
Yeah, that's very rare. I'm
So, do we have any more questions or comments before we officially? Yes? We have another,
Exactly what this was.
what?
The straws, she's asking what the straws for.
Okay. These, like I said before, you can use these to make your magnetic rings. And if you don't want to use this, you can use the straws for the same purpose. And someone came late and wanted to know how to make the rings. These are just basic instructions. So I'll leave that page down for you to copy. Any more before we tie it up? Okay, well, tomorrow we have a lecture. I have a lecture at, I don't know what time.
12 o'clock at the
From 12
Thank
to
you.
2, you,
From 12 to 2, I'll be lecturing.
that's at the Centre Prize.
Thank you.
And
Play shop later on.
yeah. And then the play shop is is here tomorrow, and that's from 5 till 9.
Well, we'll be making these things, positive energy generators. And then
we'll be
after
making,
that,
yeah.
we'll make these. Not the same play shop, but another play shop, we'll make these.
That's for Tuesday. That's going to be on Tuesday. But tomorrow we're going to be making the generators, the muffins.
Magnets?
Okay.
They sell them.
Is there any more questions just before we round up? Oh, okay. Bear with me, bear
Oh,
with
she
me.
wants me to
Oh,
sing.
okay.
She wants me to sing.
Okay.
The 47 words of God. And that's in the muffin papers. I'll sing it for you. It was brought to us by Hideo Izumoto, Shinto master from Japan. And it's the vibration of the universe. And when you sing it or hear it, it immediately begins your healing process. It starts to heal you. And it brings peace of mind. It allows you to communicate with angels if you continue to sing it on a regular basis. So I'll sing it for you.
I like that. You know that